Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me. So I wanted to bring you some more videos. This is a timeless reading. Could have happened in the past, could be happening now, could happen in the future. This can also be used as a manifestation reading. All you need to do is claim it for your own. Take what resonates and leave the rest, of course. If it doesn't fit, don't try to force it. I get my information from God and the Holy Spirit. I don't use any cards or anything. If you'd like to work with me on astrology readings, twin flame stuff, and more, my information is in the description below. So let me go ahead and get started on this. If there's anything that I leave out, I will try to sprinkle it in. Um, so what the song that came to mind was If You Remember Day 26 Since You've Been Gone. So some of the lyrics say, since you've been gone, I just can't seem to get right. So maybe you walked away, maybe you left, maybe you pulled back your energy, but the divine masculine is feeling really hurt, really sad, confused, and for everyone who um, has been looking at our planets and what they've been doing. So Uranus is in retrograde. Um, Mars is in retrograde. I believe they may still be in retrograde. And I want to say Venus is in retrograde. And there might be one more planet that's in retrograde right now. Um, but a lot of reflecting, a lot of figuring out what you want in your life, what you want to keep, what you don't want to keep. So some people might be breaking up their friendships with each other so that they can have peace in their home, in their lives. They might be wondering um, if they need to be spending time on technology or, reading more like paper books or newspapers or articles or things like that instead of being online on social media so much, but spending more time reflecting, figuring out what's important in your lives. So there may be more of that going on right now. Just thinking, focusing on the self instead of focusing on making a lot of major moves and things like that. A lot of it is introspection, looking into yourself, figuring out what things mean, what you really want to do, and spending more time alone. Also, but if you are spending time with someone else, you might find yourself doing it in person instead of doing more online stuff for some reason. A lot of people are saying, let's talk in person, let's meet in person, let's do things in person. So you're showing up more. But divine masculine might be feeling lonely, sad, upset, confused. And, with these planets in retrograde, you might be feeling like your mind is not as sharp as it has been. And this is something that I might do another reading on. But um, since you've been gone, since you walked away, since you pulled your energy back, divine masculine, and it depends. They're both divine masculine and divine feminine energies in our bodies. So sometimes I'm saying divine feminine and I mean divine masculine. Just use those words as they make sense in your situation. But we have both energies in our bodies. But divine masculines might be missing you, wondering what happened, and as they're reflecting on things, doing some looking into themselves, they realize they didn't treat you right. They didn't show up for you the way they could have or should have. And maybe emotionally they were not available like they could have been. And they feel bad because they see you glowing up, moving on, maybe connecting with someone else, dating other people, but you look amazing. And they didn't expect all this. They thought maybe you would be sad and down when you are, you know, pulling back your energy. walking away, but you're actually looking better than ever. You're resting so you can have more energy, but you're working on the things that are important to you that also give you energy. And it's important for you to continue doing those things. But Divine Masculine is really sad, upset, frustrated, wondering, you know, are you going to come back? And they want to reach out to you. So they're trying to get the message perfect, trying to figure out what do they need to say, what can they do to pull you back in because they feel your absence. They know how great your energy was, how peaceful it was, how calm it was in their lives, how amazing the energy was that you brought to them. And now not having that energy, living without it is really a sad experience for them. And it's hard for them, and they don't want to talk about it with people because people warn them if they don't do right, something's going to happen like this. And they just kept going full steam ahead. And then you walked away. And now it's like everything dropped, everything crashed, everything is not the way it was before. They don't feel as good, they don't look as good. And they know that it's because of how they treated you. And so maybe they feel like karma's coming. Maybe they thought they could play the field a little bit and it wouldn't affect you or would you wouldn't know about it. And when you found out, you cut them off, and it was devastating for them, but they didn't see this coming. So they didn't have time to prepare. And it's been awful ever since. Um, and they know that if you don't come back into their lives, it'll never be the same. But since you did walk away, they are having time to reflect on how it was when you were there, how great they felt, all the stuff you did together, how you made them feel loved, how you always showed them, you always told them, how you were supportive, you were encouraging, you were always there, you always showed up, and they don't have anyone else in their life that will do that. And I feel like they took you for granted. And now they're suffering, trying to figure out what can they do to bring you back, like I said, but you're staying away, you glowed up, you're doing great, and you're being financially very successful. Some things are coming together the way you wanted them to. Maybe some businesses that you wanted to build or some work that you wanted to do. You're able to do it. You're making more money than ever. And they're just watching in amazement. And you look better than you did when you were with them. So they're wondering, what have you been doing? And you're taking care of yourself. You're not putting all your energy out there to them. And again, they really took it for granted. And now they're seeing just how empty their life is without you. But it's important for you. You might have people around you besides them that are watching, that are jealous, that are envious, that are trying to figure out how can they interfere with what you have going on. And you might be, like I said, dating someone else, and you might have run into someone who's also very abundant, who may need some help with direction or, structure, but they don't have any problem with abundance, that it's here, there, and everywhere. Everything's growing, everything they touch turns to gold. And your divine masculine might be wondering, you know, how are you ever going to let them back in if you find someone else who's abundant and who actually shows you a lot of love, affection, attention, and they're regretting what they did? For some of you, you won't go back. For others of you, you will give them another chance. But the thing is, it's sort of like they're getting off on a technicality, it feels like, because they didn't cheat. The thing is, it was just you thought understood, and it turns out that they were taking this opportunity because you never really committed to being, engaged or exclusive. then they could still date a little bit, and they didn't think that you would have an issue with it, or they knew that you would, but since you didn't agree to the commitment, they knew that it wouldn't be cheating. They were just talking to other people. So they got caught, got cut off, and now they're devastated because now you don't want them. And for some of you, like I said, you're not going to take them back. For those of you that do, demand excellence in the future, um, and nothing less, because they can and will give it to you. It's just a matter of you asking for what you want and then not accepting anything less. Um, so, again, of course, watch, read, listen to things that are going to lift you up. Again, if you need to stay away from social media and focus more on reading or looking at pictures or just spending time alone or with people with good energy, that you're surrounding yourself with, do those things that you know are going to help you lift you up. But opportunities for business, for growth, for making money, financial, all those things for you and the new person that you might be seeing. And divine masculine might also be very abundant, but it seems like together, you and the new person, if you're dating someone new, are really um, alchemizing, as they say, or turning some base metals into gold. And it's amazing, what you're doing together. So continue to glow up, continue to do these things, continue to take care of yourselves. And as always, happy lightning fast manifesting. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. All right. Love y'all. Bye for now.